it's Taylor. Welcome back to my channel. So today is Super Bowl day and I figured we would do a simple look, sort of like an easy no makeup look, because I don't want to look like I'm wearing too much makeup today, but we do have people coming over in a few hours, so I want to look a little bit more put together than I am right now. So I actually already started off with my moisturizer and my primer. I used this Dreamy Youth Pacifica moisturizer all over my face, and then I also used my Master Prime primer by Maybelline, and I let that all seep in and soak in so my face is nice and moisturized and ready. So let's just get straight on into this video, guys. Alright, so I'm going to start off with my Makeup Revolution foundation stick that I always use. It's my go-to foundation stick, and I'm just going to put a little bit of that over the parts of my face that get the reddest during the day. And I'm also going to put it over my nose and over any spots that I might be breaking out. Like I have this spot, I have this zit on my nose. It's not going away. And I'm just going to blend that in with my Beauty Blender. Alright, so now that all of my redness is covered, I'm going to go in with my Tarte Shape Tape Concealer, and I'm just going to put a few little dots under my eyes so I can conceal. I just put a few dots under my eyes so I could conceal the dark circles because I didn't sleep too well last night. And I'm going to drag that over my eyes like I always do to get rid of the veins. Alright, so now that we are done with the concealer, I'm going to move on to my CoverGirl Clean Professional powder. And this powder is tinted, so it's a little bit darker than my concealer, and that is going to help out a little bit because my concealer is a little bit too light for me. So I do want to darken it up just a bit to make this look a little bit more natural. And I'm also just going to set the parts of my face that get oily. So that'll be my T-zone, and then of course I set under my eyes so it doesn't crease. But I will not be setting my cheeks because we are going to put a bronzer on top of that, so it'll sort of set that way. And I don't know why the foundation looks so light on my skin in the camera, but I promise in person it matches my actual skin. And I'm just going to take whatever is left on my sponge and dab that all over the rest of my face. Now the reason I use a sponge when I'm doing this tutorial is because a sponge tends to wipe away all of the product or all of the extra product that I don't necessarily need on my face. And it also makes it a little bit more buildable. Unlike with a brush, I also get like streaky when it comes to using a brush, so I don't use brushes very often. But now I'm just gonna move on into my butter bronzer. And I'm just gonna put a little bit of this on to add some dimension into my face. We're not gonna be contouring or anything today, just adding some bronzer, and I'm gonna add that onto my cheeks a little bit too. If you hear any noises in the background, my boyfriend is in here, he's playing on his computer, and then our roommate is listening to music out in the living room. So if you hear anything, it's probably one of those, or it's our dogs. I'm gonna put a little bit of bronzer on my nose as well. But since we aren't going to be using any blush today in this look, I'm just gonna add some bronzer onto my cheeks. I'm actually just gonna grab a normal blender brush and dip into that same bronzer that I used on my cheeks and just put it in the crease of my eye, just so I have some dimension and it's not flat. I'm not gonna do anything else besides that. So next I'm gonna go in with my Thrive Cosmetics highlighter stick, and I'm actually gonna put that on the inner corner just to brighten up my face a bit. And then I'll go in with that a little bit later to put under my brow bone once we're done with the brows. So next we're actually going to move on to highlighter. And I am going to use not a super natural highlighter just because I have this new obsession with this highlighter in the Casey Holmes palette with Physicians Formula. So it's very glittery, and I know that, but I love this highlighter so much. So I'm gonna use that. But you can use any highlighter, or you can use no highlighter as well in your makeup look. If you want it to look a little bit more natural, I would suggest using a highlighter that has just a simple glow, not one that has any glitter in it. And then if you did want to end up using blush in this, I would suggest using a blush that has a little bit of a glow in it as well. Maybe some shimmer, just because if you use a blush with a shimmer, it'll make your skin look a little bit more natural. And I'm also gonna dab over that highlighter with my blender. So just tone down just a little bit and looks like it's actually melted into my skin. And then next we're gonna move on to my brows. And I'm going to use my Revlon Color Stay. Now, one thing I also did before I started filming, was I made sure to moisturize my skin a lot because I'm not putting a lot of product on, but I also plucked my eyebrows. One, because it was time to pluck them, and two, because I want them to look nice and natural. So I'm really just gonna fill in a few of the sparse areas in them. I'm not gonna give them much shape. And then I'm going to, the hairs in the front of my brows are very light and sparse. So I just draw in some new little lines, but I make sure they look nice and natural. So we just filled that in a bit. Didn't make it look too perfect. And I'm just gonna brush through it really quickly and then go in with my Gimme Brow by Benefit in the shade 3. And I'm just gonna go over that. Now, if you have eyebrows that are really nice and you can already see them pretty well, like my eyebrows are blonde, so it's a little bit harder to see them if I'm wearing makeup. You don't have to fill in your eyebrows if you want. You could just put in a brow gel, like a tinted one, or just a natural brow gel if you didn't want to give them too much shape or work too hard on them, because tinted brow gels are really great when it comes to no makeup looks, or everyday makeup looks, or just simple makeup looks, because you could just throw those right into your eyebrows and then you're done. So again, with this other eyebrow, I'm just filling in the sparse areas and moving on to the front of my brow. Who are you guys rooting for the Super Bowl? My boyfriend and I are originally from New England, so I'm sure I've said before, so we are rooting for the Patriots, even though we are in Texas. And who do you think is gonna win, the Rams or the Patriots? Or are you even going to watch the Super Bowl? Do you like football? Do you not like it? Personally, we don't care too much about it, but we see it as an opportunity to hang out with friends, have a good time, Sorry about that, guys. I just realized that the camera was crooked the entire time. I'm not exactly sure how long it's been crooked, but I believe one of my dogs probably bumped into my desk, so I'm sorry about that. So I'm just gonna go in with that Thrive Causemetics brightener, and I'm gonna put that right under my brow to brighten it up a bit. All right, and last but not least, we are going to go in with my mascara. I'm just gonna use the Thrive Causemetics mascara because I love how natural and long it makes my lashes look. They don't clump up too much and they look pretty natural, but it is black. So one thing I would recommend is if you have a lighter hair color, definitely go in with maybe a brown mascara so it looks a little bit more natural than a black one that stands out a lot. But I will be right back once I'm done with my lashes. Alright guys, so this is the finished look. I just finished off my mascara with the Thrive Causemetics mascara, and I went in with the Pop the Bubbly lip color from the Physicians Formula Casey Holmes palette. This is what it looks like. It's just a nice pink champagne-y color, and it's really moisturizing, so I enjoy wearing it a lot. Now, if you guys enjoyed this video, please feel free to like and subscribe for more of my content, and I will see you guys next week.